even though I'm dead tired. I've been talking about it already today. So I'm like, and I see it's trending. Not a good thing to be trending, but also I feel like I have a interesting take as a man, as a black man. So Ashlee Jenae, rest in peace, I think is messed up. Um, as far as what happened, for those that don't know, a black woman that was dating a wealthy white man, and not just dating a wealthy white man, but was also on social media saying a lot of disparaging things about black men and how she can't wait to have mixed babies. Just one of those black women that were in the phase of hating black men. Um, I'm not a fan of that, obviously. I'm a black man. I get tired of receiving hate and weird energy on a daily basis for being a black man. But I do consider myself intelligent. I feel like I have a lot of emotional intelligence. And I see past, I like to think deeper, think past the obvious. There's obviously a gender war, there's obviously an agenda to have black people split from each other. I guess maybe it's all races, but I'm black, so I'm speaking from a black perspective. Definitely a social engineered agenda to um, keep us separate, keep us arguing, propping up the bad part of us. Uh, there is an agenda for it, and people are going to fall into it. It's just like a political person or a religious person or whatever you follow. You're going to follow it based on what you're told, based on what you see in your algorithm. And social media is addictive. It's a very hard thing to avoid, and it's also hard to think above what you're seeing and not take it in and receive it and become that. It's terribly hard. So me, yes, I don't fuck with women that talk like that. I would never date one or even be associated with one. And I know they exist, but she didn't deserve to be unalived. She didn't deserve that. Um, I think I see I see comments of people, men just making men look bad. And I'm not one of these simp ass niggas. I'm not one of these little simp. Someone in the comments on Instagram is just like, oh, I could tell women walk all over you. I'm like, far from it. I just understand women's nature and I understand human nature maybe better than the average. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bit more psychological than the average person, but people are like, oh, trying to act like I'm a simp for saying, bro, like, fellas, how about we be the man, be the masculine energy of logic and understanding that women's emotions, along with social engineering, they got a hold of a lot of them. Like, and the other thing is, just as a person, man, woman, whatever, in your belief system, we should get a chance to change our minds. No one deserves death for their opinion. Like, um, and their point of time that they're in. Uh, of course, I don't agree with what she says. I think it's whack, and I think it's just basic more than anything. It's just a very basic kind of emotional. It's an emotional response to maybe being done dirty by black men, maybe not having ain't shit black men in her family. Who knows? That's her experience. She spoke bad about black men. Yes, whack. Running to a colonizer is not going to save you. Um, uh, yeah, it's sad, man. It's fucked up. Uh, it's like I see pages like that's supposed to be on some black conscious shit, black liberation shit, talking about oh, you reap what you sow and all this goofy shit. I'm just like, y'all supposed to be conscious. A colonizer done killed your woman, and you celebrating it because she says some fucked up shit about black men. God, just there are men out here that make men look bad. Uh, I'm definitely not with the I forget the word for what's the whoever's watching this. What's the word for what's the word for women that hate men? Misogyny is the hatred of women. What's the word for the hatred of men? But anyways, um I'm not with bashing a gender, event or whatever. It's just I mean feminists they get the bad rap of hating men. That's I feel like even that feminism that the original goal for that wasn't that. It's just bastardized into some other shit right now. Um it's a poison. I think, that movement is a poison. But no, the hatred for men is the actual word. It's misogynist and whatever. But yeah, I'm not with that. I think it's stupid. It's just very basic emotional thinking to hate a race or a gender. You're just falling for the program. You're falling for the social engineering and the algorithm. And yeah, she said some terrible shit. I look her as a victim. I look at people like that as a victim of society. And I do believe she was murdered by that man for sure. And I think I've read that Tanzania is not like buying his story and they're looking into it. Which I hope they do a good investigation. Um, and I heard they were fighting the night before, whatever. There's a history of us being killed by the dominant society. It's a history. That's not going anywhere. Um, and yeah, we have to and I think like even someone brought up to me, they're like victim blaming and this whole thing of victim blaming, right? It's like so some people would say, is it the woman's fault for wearing what she wore walking down the street at night and gets attacked? Now, I'm a very logical person. I don't think people deserve these things. You don't deserve that to happen to you. But in a realistic world that we live in, history and data and facts and fucking common sense, we have to um use our brains and say, hey, that's not a good idea. Nah, you don't deserve to be robbed for wearing nice jewelry on a street or a woman wearing short skirts or whatever to be attacked. You don't deserve it, but it's not smart to do these things in this society. So, again, there's a history of white men killing black women. I mean, and their spouse. I watch documentaries about it a lot. It's it's quite crazy and interesting and dark and morbid. But yeah, I'll be watching. You could watch a marathon about it. There's a history of that happening. The one guy in Denver, and I think it was like 2008, was a crazy story. Offing their whole family. There's a history of that. Data backs it, and black women ain't no zaddy gonna save you, man. I'm not saying all mixed relations are that, but you just gotta be cautious and go with someone that is genuine. Not for money. This money bag chasing generation, this money bag chasing phase is gonna get you killed. Um We got to be smarter. And also, men, we got to have more compassion. I think my whole point of this video is a message for men, black men. We got to level up our emotions. Just because our women are emotional creatures and are being controlled by this social engineering doesn't mean we have to fight with them, even though a lot of them are becoming our enemy. We got to figure out how to love them still and put energy in the ones that do get it, put energy in the ones that don't hate men. Um, I only associate myself with women. I try to. I still feel like there's always this little hint of hatred for men these days. And I don't know. I listen, the comments I see on Instagram, I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I'm like, yo, I see both sides of it. I think as a wise person, you have to elevate above yourself and see it in total. And I see both sides. I see men saying a lot of dumbass, ignorant shit. And I'm just like, yeah, I see why some women hate y'all niggas. And then I see women saying dumb shit, and I'm like, I see both sides of it. How are women becoming our enemy? I didn't say that. Not all. Some are. Some women are becoming our enemy, and trying to be. I don't think it's we ain't going nowhere. We might look at it like we're separate, but dominant society sees us all in the same boat. We can try to separate ourselves by language and by gender and by the slave ship or by language, but the colonizer will see us as the same. Black man, black woman. And yeah, of course, there's a push to make our women the enemy. I feel like even Malcolm X was talking about this. This has been happening. If you're paying attention and if you're conscious and you see what's happening, there's a push to try, and a lot of people are falling for it. A lot of There's men that hate women, there's women that hate men, and we can't say all. I think speaking in absolutes is just one of the most asinine ass shit you can do. Like no one knows absolutely 100% of anything. It's just retarded. I hate when people be like, not all, not all. Obviously, not all. No one has met all. No one knows all. All we know is our experiences off of our 100 people we might have met in our entire lives or whatever. We're speaking from personal experience. Why do you think you see more asinine shit here? Why do you think that women hate men? Asinine talk. I don't know what women as a total think, and no one knows what men as a whole think. I know that there are uh, a percentage of women that hate men, and there are a percentage of men that hate women. And all I say is for both sides to not focus on the ones that are stupid and hate and move with hate, you know? And again, back to the topic of the unfortunate situation of Ashley Jenae, who I'm saying uh, uh, doesn't deserve, what happened to her. I think that's obvious, but there's some people who, it's almost like when Kevin Samuels died. When Kevin Samuels died, there were women that celebrated that and said, "Oh, good for you." You know, um, it's completely ignorant. In the same way, I see people in the comments on Instagram on this page earlier talking about you reap what you sow and acting like she deserved that. Just like, man, we're some ignorant ass people out here. We are lost. Um, some of us, some, some of us are lost, and I just want the message to men, black men. and the real followers on my page to step above emotions. We got to get back into our wisdom, into our stoicism, into our mental strength. And when you're mentally strong and intelligent, wise, you don't make your woman your enemy. You try to understand where they're coming from and move with love. It's like, yeah, I've come across, I be feeling sorry for women that hate black men, black women that hate black men. I feel, I don't hate you back. I'm not going to hate you back. I feel pity for you. Because I have so many women in my life that I love and that love on me. And I'm like, I have a loving relationship with women. And I'm like, you don't get to experience that. And that sucks. It's like your experience. I come across a lot of women where it's like their experience is they haven't had good experience with men. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I feel pity that you've been through that. And it shows in the way you speak about men. It shows that you haven't had great experiences with men. And it's unfortunate. I'm not gonna make you my enemy for that. I don't know the story of what happened. Oh, um, well, I'll say it again. Ashlee Jenae, a young, beautiful black woman, I think in Florida, was dating this fintech investment company guy, white guy, older. She looked like she was in her 20s. He probably looked like he was in his 40s, early 50s, maybe. Rich dude, she's in it for the bag. Normal, cool, whatever. Go wherever the love is at. But she was also saying disparaging things against black men on the internet, saying stuff like, oh, yeah, hateful things about black men. And she was recently found dead in Africa with this man saying, what did he say? He was like tweeting about investments. He was tweeting about AI investments in fintech while his wife was found dead and on her birthday vacation. Like evil, like shit. Like obviously she had a bad sense of judgment of character. Like when you chase the bag, when you're all about money and you're not thinking about the totality of it. You're just thinking bag, bag, bag. You don't think you're going to a different country uh, with a man that might not love you for real. Anyways, yeah. So that unfortunate situation happened, and now I got the whole world talking about it. Um, and of course, bringing up gender stuff, which I think we do need to talk about it and grow together. Cause I'm tired of this shit. I just want to love. I don't know. Okay. Salute, salute. Why are you blaming the woman? Y'all some simple people, man, out here. God bless y'all hearts. God bless y'all, man. Y'all are some simple, simple creatures out here. And at one point in my talk, am I blaming the woman for anything? I said the internet. So for those that didn't catch it, there are men out here who do say stuff like that. That like, oh, she deserved it or whatever. And I'm like, in my opinion, that's an emotional response. When a man is responding like that, that's not coming from a place of logic. That's an emotional, I'm hurt. So men are hurt because she said hurtful things about them. So men are hurt and they're just like, oh, kind of like again, like Kevin Samuels. When Kevin Samuels died, same shit. It's just like people were talking shit about the person, the dead, because they didn't like what they were saying. Now I'm saying, as an intelligent man, that yeah, I think men need to step up. Step up. we don't gotta be simple, dumb-minded creatures, y'all. We can step up and think above the emotional response. We can be wise and see the agenda that's happening, that's making women say the things they're saying about men and the hatred for men that's been happening. And what I do, I stay away from it. I don't hang around women like that, and I feel like because I don't really see it, I attract women that don't hate men as much on the spectrum of hatred for men. You know what I mean? The women I fuck with, they're more on the side of they can deal with men. But yeah. And again, I think it's stupid that it have have such a strong negative emotion for a group of people. But again, I see the comments, and I feel like maybe the world is propping idiots up just to make us keep fighting each other too. Maybe idiotic men are the ones being propped up, and the same with women, just so we can hate each other and keep on fighting. But yeah, feel free to subscribe to me if you want. I had to get that out. And again, unfortunate situation. I think I think we as a people gotta wisen up, get out of our emotions on both sides, and see what's happening. See what's happening to us for real. Uh, we shouldn't hate, shouldn't move with hate, and we shouldn't be chasing love or chasing a bag. You know, really rock with people that rock with you. Take your time to get to know people. It's very sad. Um, because she was a beautiful young girl. Even if she was saying things that I don't agree with, we deserve time. And every day you're born, every day you wake up, you get another chance to change your mind or develop new thoughts. You get a chance to develop new thoughts and develop a new opinion. So I think like we should get that. Like that's the whole, like that's life. You're getting a chance to rethink your thoughts. So even though she said some terrible things about people that look like me, she still deserved more life to maybe change her mind. So that's what I think, y'all. Um, any more chats? What's up? Y'all gonna say something else, or y'all going? All right, y'all. I'm out.